Hi everyone, good morning, Hira here. And in this video I wanted to cover three things I wish I had known when I came here to do my MBA, which I was class of 2004, so I was exactly where you are right now, sitting right there. And these are three things I wish I had known. Now looking back, wish somebody had told me this then. So I'm going to share these three little tips with you in the hopes that it will help you get a head start. So the first thing is that on-campus recruiting is obviously a formidable machine at most top MBA programs. You know, you will see when you get here how impressive the number of corporate recruiters and companies come on campus, right? So we have all the big banks, all the major consulting firms, the big marketing houses, you know, all these employers recruit heavily in the fall semester, both for internships for first years and then when you guys are in your second year for full time. Now, having said that, what I wish I had known is that OCR, on-campus recruiting, is a piece of your job search overall, and I think you can lose sight of that when you're on campus and you're full in the swing of things, and the MBA program itself, your academics, your classmates, the clubs, and everything that's going on is so exciting and such a full agenda that you can forget that being on campus, insofar as your job search goes, is just one piece. So what you should do is look at on-campus recruiting as a cherry on the cake. It's definitely it's something very, very good, but don't think of it as something to be constrained by. Don't limit yourself to just seeing those opportunities, because it might well end up being that on-campus recruiting is 20-30% of your job search, and you could be missing out on a lot else that's going on out there if you sort of don't take the reins and kind of proactively consider the bigger picture. So don't miss the forest for the trees, as they say. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that what you will find is that when it comes to very traditional MBA career choices, like finance and banking, like consulting, and also, although to a lesser extent, marketing, these career tracks are pretty well defined. So whether it is the process through which you recruit, whether it is the companies that come on campus, whether it's the MBA clubs that help you and support you. So for example, the consulting club, the finance club, these career tracks tend to have a lot of resources, and also there's a very defined process. But that sometimes clouds the fact that there's a whole lot of other careers outside of these tracks that that your skill set, the MBA skill set, is appropriate to. And so don't limit yourself to consulting and banking just because those are the most obvious or those are the most defined. There can be some extraordinary opportunities in other career choices. Number two. Number three, and sort of linked to that second point, keep your job search as broad as possible, I would say. I mean, different people will give you different advice, but I think, when I look back, I think I had a very broad outlook when I got to campus, but then I got completely sidetracked by everybody who was going into banking and consulting. So just remember that, naturally what's going to happen is there is going to be emphasis on those careers, as they are very popular career tracks, and your classmates will talk about them a lot. But that doesn't mean that's all that's going on, and it doesn't mean that you should suddenly, if you've never considered banking and consulting, absolutely consider them. Why not, right? Your MBA is an amazing time in your life to consider a lot of different things, and certainly you should consider the traditional career paths, but this is also time to think of just all the possibilities that there are. So try to think just again big picture, and don't get kind of into these little buckets just because that's all you're going to hear once you get here. All right, with that, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.